Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Could you please silence your cell phones for the service? And let's join together with the unity statement of being and also the 5 unity principles. There is one presence and one power in this church, in our lives, and in the universe. God, the good, unlimited. The 5 unity principles. Number 1. God is absolute good, everywhere present. 2. God lives in us, therefore we are inherently good. 3. We are co-creators with God and creators for our cause. 4. Prayer is creative thinking that heightens our connection with God. 5. It is not enough to simply know these principles. We must live the truth we know. And turn to page 2 for the Lord's Prayer. Please stand.
This is a special time for going within. When we take time out for spirit, we gently close the door. And go apart a while. So I invite you to be comfortable. Allow yourself to be at peace. I invite you to move inwards. gently inwards. Moving from the external into the inner self, an inner world. And as you go within, notice that this inner world becomes brighter, for it beckons you. There's so much to explore within this vast area that is within. So much to learn about. So much to discover. So much to experience. Beautiful hidden treasures, hidden gifts, hidden abilities, all yearning to make themselves known to you. Here within you lies the answers to any question you could ever ask. Right there within you. Any idea that you have ever aspired to experience. It's right there within you. You are limitless. Limitless ideas. Limitless insights, limitless understandings, all waiting for you to simply choose. Each one holding its own adventure. Once a choice is made on a particular idea in this infinite space, I will then take you to new realms of understanding on this wonderful adventure of the inner you. Creating new ways to see, new vantage points, new ways to understand. Waiting to propel you. All these things are within you. Welcome to what it means to be a divine being, a limitless creator. Know that you need only formulate a question, and before the question has even been entirely expressed in your consciousness, you've set things in motion that will bring about the inevitable answer. For nothing is withheld from you. You need only possess the willingness to experience it. And that willingness alone is a power like no other. It's the power of intention. Be still, brothers and sisters. Be still and know what you are. Understand the power of your consciousness. That it literally holds the capacity to achieve anything. And so with this limitless ability that is right there within you, invite you to relinquish and allow Spirit to guide you. For this is your higher self. Your self that knows how to achieve all things. Greater you. The you that is not confused about what it is. The you that loves you infinitely, and that loves all. For all is a part of it. There's nothing separate from it. There's only oneness and love and peace. And connection. So as we explore these ideas and as we experience this inner peace, this perfection that lives within our very own consciousness, know that it is my intention to bring forth a new message. A message that has not been expressed here before. A message that will lead us into experiencing new understandings, new awakenings, new realizations about what is possible. About what can be. And about our participation in these possibilities. So I invite you to join me in that intention. For in truth, our minds are already joined. Two or more gathered together, everything is possible. So join me in that intention to experience new understandings, new realizations, new insights, new awakenings, where you see yourself feeling awakened and refreshed, new ideas that stimulate consciousness. See all these things as the end results of experiencing this message. We need not know how we are to get there. We need not know the words that will be a part of this process. We need not know anything. Indeed, the more we know, the more we get in our own way. So let us merely hold that intention of the end results of where we desire to be in consciousness, sending that signal to spirit, signaling that signal to the universe, which are one and the same. Now, what might you feel once these new insights, this new information, these new realizations were known to you? What might you feel? What excitement might you feel? I invite you to feel that excitement right now. Feel that excitement for the end results of new ideas, awakenings, realizations as a result of experiencing this message. Feel these things right now. Hold that feeling. And know that it is done. Know that we have sent forth the coordinates to spirit, informing spirit where we intend to be. Relinquishing to allow spirit to take us there. It is already done. So I invite you to experience gratitude for that which is already done. feel that gratitude. We are so grateful for that which is already done. Let us feel this gratitude, this beautiful gratitude for answered prayer in the name and after the loving nature of principle, of source. And so it is. Amen. All right, so hopefully everyone received a handout. They were by the doors. And so I'm going to invite the choir to come and stand with me. Everybody please stand. So we're going to sing Holy, Holy Way. We're beginning to learn this song, so if you don't have the handout, it's very easy to learn it.
Let me
love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy
Be seated. Don't you like that song? Yeah. I love that song. All right. So are we ready? Yes. All right. Here we go. The name of my talk is Abundant Living. Abundant living. This is Abundance and Prosperity Month. Abundance and Prosperity Month. And so, last Sunday, I began with basic understanding, creating a basic understanding of the energies that we create in our consciousness, with our thoughts, so that we understand exactly what we are doing, what we're creating. And so, I'm not really going to go into it at length, but I am going to give you some of the highlights, because this is going to lead into abundant living. So, last Sunday I talked about how, regardless of in our minds, when we have ideas about situations, about our brothers and sisters, about anything, that the one who is the recipient, who experiences it, is us. Even though in our mind, we have it like, we're like, hey, I'm talking about this person over here, and, I'm talking about that situation over there, and so we have like little targets in our mind, like, this is who I'm talking about over here, or over there, But the one who's actually holding the thought in their consciousness is us. It's that mind that's actually holding that thought. And so that mind actually experiences the full whatever that thought is. So if we're talking about negative judgment, then that mind experiences the full measure of that negative judgment. That negative judgment doesn't go anywhere else. I mean, sure, you can call a person up on the telephone, tell the person what you feel, and that might, they might know what you're talking about at that point, but the one who's actually going to hold the thought, who's holding the animosity, who's holding the anger, or whatever, it could be positive, who's holding the love, holding the happiness. This is a wonderful person, I love this person, is that mind. And even though you may have a target, you're the one that gets the recipient. The mind is the one that is the recipient, the one that actually holds the power of that thought, whether it's a positive thought or whether it's a negative thought. Everybody with me so far? Okay. So, moving on to abundant living, we're now going to talk about some other things, some advanced things. So, and in this talk, I'm going to talk about some keys to abundance. And the first key that I'm going to share with you today is that you are completely innocent. I want you to let that sink in. I don't care what you did in your life. I don't care about your story. I mean, I care about your story as far as, because everybody's story is relevant, but your story is not any witness that lines up against you that says you're not innocent. You are completely innocent. But there's a catch. It's not just you. It's also your brothers and sisters too. So I want you to remember that first premise. That if you have any ideas, if you think you have any exceptions in your mind because you're thinking about maybe there's somebody else, well, I don't know about this other person over here because they did, and you have this whole list of things that they did or whatever. Keep in mind the person that's holding the thought is that mind. Is that mind. So, even though you are innocent, you will experience the feeling or the experience of feeling guilty. If you apply guilt to any of your brothers and sisters, doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter if you don't know them, doesn't matter if maybe they're a politician, maybe they're a celebrity or something, whatever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As soon as you apply it to them, you experience it. Period. This is what our elder brother Rabbi Yeshua was trying to get people to understand. But they didn't get it then, because they were the society of doing. It was all about doing. Even the disciples, after Rabbi Yeshua left, after he ascended, many of the disciples, they still didn't really follow what he was saying as far as the thoughts. They were still talking about doing. They were talking about all kinds of things as far as works and all kinds of things. I'm not here to say anything about that, but that was how they saw it. It was about what you do. But when Rabbi Yeshua was even, he said it's your thoughts. You don't even have to physically do it. If you think it, you did it. That's all there is to it. And that escapes us a little bit now. That's kind of advanced now. So, the first key to experiencing abundance is to clear all of that guilt that will keep that abundance hidden from you. And so it's to understand that you are completely innocent. And you can hold on to it, but you can't apply any guilt to anybody else. Remember that. You're still going to be innocent, but you're not going to experience. You're going to experience whatever guilt that you're applying to anybody else. Everybody with me so far? Okay. All right. The next key to abundance is in the form of a question. Where are you? Where are you? And what I mean by where are you, I'm not talking about space. I'm not talking about, time and space-time. I'm not talking about physical location. I'm talking about your mind is capable of traveling anywhere, of going anywhere. Your mind can go anywhere. But in order to truly experience abundance, the mind must be present. It must be here. Because, see, that's where the opportunities lie. You see, the only opportunities we actually have when the mind is continuing to go in the past is maybe an opportunity to heal. Because a mind that continues to live in the past, this mind is not reconciled with something. There's something that this mind hasn't reconciled with. A mind that's continuing to look a little bit ahead as far as in the future, or as far as accomplishing something. Maybe this mind has an agenda, something that it needs to do. This mind still is missing out on that abundance that's right here, right now. We often miss so many abundant opportunities when we are in our go mode, when we have to do this, we have to do that, so we have all these little agendas, and so we miss opportunities to just see what this moment is presenting to us right here, right now. So that's the next thing. But again, like I said, they're completely innocent. And understand, because in the next thing that I'm going to talk about, which is also in the form of a question, is what are you? And see, this right here is very important. I mean, all of them are important, but this one right here determines what you will experience. What are you? What are you? That is a huge question, and we must ask ourselves. Because see, that will determine what you see, that will determine the possibilities that you see for yourself, that will determine so many things. The things that you perceive that you are. So, here are the two options. You can choose the idea, because this is only an idea that you've been indoctrinated into, that you are a separate individual. You can choose that idea. But let me just say this. That idea is fraught with fear, with separation consciousness, with comparisons, with competition, with conflict, with so many things. That one idea that you're a separate individual, that one idea right there. In the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2 through 5, it reads, "Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, so that you may be able to discern what is the will of Spirit, what is good, what is acceptable, what is perfect. For by the grace given to me, I say amongst you, do not lower yourself or raise yourself on the pedestals, but to see clearly, in accordance to your faith and spirit. For though we are one body, we have many members, and not all members have the same function. So we who are many are one body in Christ, and each individual member is one of another." So, that scripture right there is talking about, it was an earlier idea of oneness. It was talking about the Christ idea, which is an earlier idea of oneness. But I'm here to say that there's always as we continue to evolve, there's always a greater way of seeing. There's always a new way of understanding. There's always a greater way of experiencing life and who you are. So the consciousness, humanity's consciousness is constantly raising. And so it is not just we are, all of us are just one. No, you are one with the entire universe. With the entire universe, you are one. And so let me say this. I know it, we've heard that many times, but see, we don't really experience it. But let me just say this. The mind or thoughts are holographic. Our thoughts are holographic in nature. It's important to understand how your thoughts work. Your thoughts are holographic. So your thoughts create this world. You do not experience anything as far as outside of your thought world. Everything that you're experiencing is in your thought world. You are not experiencing anything outside of the world of your thoughts. Anything that happens is what you think happened. It's not what somebody else thought happened. It's not what actually happened. It's what you think and interpreted happened. You live in the world of your thoughts. Okay? A thought hologram. Okay? And for every person that you know, every single person, or even if you don't even know the person, it could be somebody on TV or anything like that, you have a certain image. It's an image that you actually have in your mind for this person. There's an image that your mind has constructed in your mind. You have a self-image, which is at the center of this hologram, and you have images for other people as well. And every single thing has symbols, and so everything has symbols. Everything, like I said, I've said this before. Everything is book, this phone, everything has symbols, and your mind applies information to these symbols. You see, your mind is creating this whole virtual reality. Basically, your mind is creating a hologram. Is what it's doing, and it is assimilating this hologram based on this idea that you have. You see, this idea. So when you have this idea that you are a separate individual, your mind is constructing this idea in accordance to this idea. So it's constructing this hologram in accordance to this idea. Okay? Now your mind is a whole mind. But when you have a separation consciousness, then your mind begins to separate itself, you see? Because you still have these images, these images for all kinds of people, and some people you like, some people you don't like. Now keep in mind, the mind is creating all of these images. So what you're doing is you're attacking your own mind with anybody that you don't like, anything like that, because you have these images for these people. Everybody with me?
Yes.
And this is what we do unknowingly. And this is what causes sickness. This is what gets the pharmaceutical companies rich. Right here. This is why we have, so much greed. This is why we have so much, this idea of scarcity. That we have finite resources and stuff like that. No, we don't have finite resources. But see, this idea that we subscribe to, that we were indoctrinated into, this idea of separate individuals, you see, this idea is what created this whole thing that we experience. Loneliness and all sorts of things. Fear. Fear is the predominant energy in this type of idea that we have subscribed to. But see, there's another idea too. You see, there's another idea. That's another idea. That's the idea of oneness. That's the idea that you are one. That's the idea that this entire world is you. This entire world is you. Not, the world and then you. No, this entire world is you. Everything in this world is you. Everything. There is nothing that is apart from you. Everything is you. Everything is you. The chair that you're sitting in, everything. You're looking at over at me? Yes, me too. Yes, I'm part of you. Yes, everything is you. And see, what this will do is this will heal a mind. See, this will heal a mind because see, now you're not warring with these images that are in this hologram. You're not warring with these images anymore now. You see, you're accepting, you're embracing these images. You're not competing with these images in this hologram. You're not, thinking or mistrusting these images in this hologram. And I don't trust this one, and I don't trust that person. Well, I like this, but I don't like that person over there. And all these images, you see, this is what you're doing. You're separating your own consciousness. It's like a splintered mind. But see, this will heal the mind, though. You see, this will heal the mind. This right here will heal the mind. Everybody with me?
Yes.
So, the question is, how do we begin to experience this? How do we begin this? I like to deal with practical. I like to do practical. I like to create practical. Practical. Like what can we do to begin to experience more oneness and begin to heal so many things? So many things. So many things. Maybe some of us are dealing with certain illnesses and things like that. So many things will begin to heal themselves over time as our mind begins to now be one mind and not be a splintered, a fragmented mind. You see, because that first idea that I talked about, that individual separation idea, see, this causes us not to know ourselves. You see, we don't know who we are at that point. You see, we don't know who we are at that point. When we subscribe to that idea, we don't know who we are. And so then we're frightened, we're afraid, and so we do a lot of seeking in the external. That first idea creates an upside down world, is what it does. It causes us to seek outside for what we need to be going inside to find. So again, how do we heal that hologram? Well, you know how I'm going to start this. I'm going to start talking about meditation. you know my four go-tos. It's the things that you do every day that will make the greatest difference in your life. Begin harmonizing those thoughts with your meditation. When you're meditating, when you're going into the silence, begin to harmonize those thoughts. Begin to take a look at some of the relationships that you have. If they have some relationships that you have that maybe you can improve on, begin to harmonize those relationships. Harmonize them. Understand, and I talked about this also. I understand that this person, whoever this person or whatever his situation in the relationship, no matter who the parties were in the relationship, everybody was doing the best that they could with what they did, with what they knew. I mean, can you blame them? Can you blame anybody after everything that I've highlighted with separation consciousness, with this separate idea, this idea that we're separate individuals? Can you blame people for their mishaps? No, you cannot. No. It's an idea. You can subscribe to that idea and experience everything that I was talking about. Or you can begin to subscribe to the fact that you are one with everything. And begin to take ownership of that. And see what new ideas come with that, you see? What does that mean for you, you see? Will you be doing the same things that you would be doing if you won? If you won, if this is your world, if this is your world, this is your world, and you actually felt the ownership of this, would you really be making the same choices that you're making right now? If everybody who you run into is really you, would you really be making the same choices that you're making right now? See, I invite you to reflect on these things. And reflect on these things. So meditation is a good time where you can actually begin to really take a look at what's going on. But I would invite you to, while you're meditating, to take a look at some of your relationships and see where they stand, see where they are. Because you can harmonize those relationships. You really can. You can take back some of the negative energy that may be in there. Doesn't mean you have to call the person. I mean, at some point you may want to call the person up. Once you don't have this animosity anymore because you've taken away the negative energy, you wouldn't have a problem. Something, I don't know what we were fighting about, but I just want you to know that and just say your truth, say your piece. And feel that closure, feel that weight raise up off you. Without trying to keep tallies of what this person did, what that person did to you, things like that. All this stuff poisons the mind. Gratitude. Gratitude goes a long way towards getting you to really see things that are outside of when you're looking at what you don't have. Getting you to see, and appreciate, and thereby actually expand your consciousness, raise your consciousness, and get you to actually see. So there's a lot of things that are really working in my life, now that I think about it. I mean, and you won't even feel the same way about whatever it was that you were thinking about that you didn't have the same way. It won't be as big a deal anymore. Prayer. And I would pray not to change anybody or anything like that. I would pray for understanding is what I would pray for. Because let me say this, whatever is supposed to be. There's some kind of lesson here, some kind of opportunity, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. And if you don't know what it is either, pray for understanding. To understand why you're experiencing this. Why, and this also takes some self-reflection, to actually see what your part in this is as well. Building a relationship with Spirit. Understanding that you're not in this alone. You're not in this by yourself. There is a power and a presence that you can actually build a relationship with, that you can actually depend on to do the heavy lifting for you. Spirit helps me run this church. I don't run this church by myself. I do not run this church by myself. I don't need to tell you I don't run this church by myself. Anybody that asks me, I don't run this church by myself. And those people who know me, they know that I say this all the time. Spirit runs this church. Spirit, I have so many flaws. Serious, I have so many flaws. Spirit runs this church. And that's the first thing I ask. Is, Spirit, I'm not doing this by myself. I need your help. I need your help. Or I'll go back to Houston. I'm not doing this by myself. That's exactly what I said. I asked Spirit to give me insight and wisdom. That was the first thing I asked Spirit for. And I would also say begin to embrace that you are innocent. A willingness to embrace, recognize, and embrace that you are innocent. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. And I would invite you to begin to see yourself as beautiful. And just because you make mistakes and things like that, that doesn't have anything to do with you being beautiful. That has no reflection on you, on your beauty at all. You have a story to tell that nobody can tell. There's a power in you and an ability and a gift that you have that this world is waiting for. And this life is basically peeling away things layer by layer until you can get to that power, until you can get to that powerful source, that powerhouse that is you, that is ready to do some things. Everything that you're experiencing in life right now, all the challenges, whatever, is getting you prepared to step into your own and be what this world desperately needs. I would also say a willingness to forgive that idea of separation consciousness, of that idea that you're separate. To begin to forgive it. This is the thought paradigm that you've been indoctrinated into. This is the idea that you've been indoctrinated into. It'll take a while. We're used to seeing things from the me, my, I perspective. We're used to seeing that. Okay, we're used to that. Okay, and we're used to seeing ourselves as these little small, this just right here, not realizing that we're everything. Not realizing that. So this will take some time. But I would invite you to begin to forgive that idea. Forgive that. Because that's the source of your fear. That's the source of everything, of about 95% of the things that you're struggling with. Right there. Right there. And then begin to embrace a new idea. I mean, if you still want the old idea, by all means, help yourself. If you want that old idea, go ahead. But begin to embrace a new idea. Begin to contemplate a new idea. That you are everything, that this is your world. What might come? What ideas may begin to express themselves to you? If this is your world, this is your world. These are your people. These are your flowers and trees, and this is your world. What does that mean for you? And the last thing I would say is then, once you do all that, begin to explore. Explore this new world now this new hologram is going to be constructed, it's going to gradually construct itself, and you're going to experience new things, new experiences with this new hologram now that you're subscribing to a new idea. Now that you let that old idea out the way, I'll be curious to see what you experience. About a little over a month ago, I think it was after A Course in Miracles, and it was in the evening, and I was warming up my food, my dinner, and I was just about to sit down and eat, and I heard a fly buzzing around. And I'm like, how did this fly get in here? How did this fly get in here? I don't get this. I sure heard it. It was a fly. Okay? Now I was ready to go into my old program. It was a program that I have, when there's a fly, I'm just like, okay, get some kind of spray and hunt the fly and get rid of the fly. That's not the normal program that I go with. But I was contemplating this whole idea of oneness. I was contemplating it. I was really contemplating it. And so, instead, I stepped out of my program. I didn't follow that same bug hunt program. And so I sat down, and so I spoke to the fly. And so I said to the fly, I said, I really don't want you here. I think it's important that I express that. I don't want you here. I I don't, this space is not meant for both of us to be here. But I tell you what, if you don't come anywhere near my food, and if you don't come around my ears, you know, I'm gonna let you make it. I won't do anything to you. I went off my program. And so you know what? This fly completely amazed me because it went off of its program too. And suddenly this fly was no longer acting like a fly anymore. Maybe this fly sensed that it was no longer in danger. Maybe it sensed that, the fly has a brain of about, I don't know, very small, just put it that way, okay? But on some level, this fly knew that it was no longer in jeopardy, it was no longer in danger, and this fly just was hanging out. It just sat there. It didn't make any sudden movements or anything, it just hung out, just relaxed. And I was so startled, because I could have, it would have been so easy just to get the fly. I mean, the fly was so close to me, I could have got the fly easily at that point, but no, I just left it alone. And this fly knew it wasn't in danger. And so I called my mom up and told her, I said, Mom, and I told her about what this fly was doing, giving her the play-by-play, what the fly was doing. And I was just relaxing. And so she said, something, you need to make a talk on it. I said, I would make a talk about a fly. Yeah. Talk about no fly. Yeah. This happened about a month and a half ago. And I got up, rinsed my dishes, the fly just relaxed. The fly wasn't doing anything. Rinsed my dishes, sat back down, poured something to drink, and was drinking some juice, and the fly just was hanging out. Finally, I said goodnight to the fly and went to my room, my bedroom, and closed the door. Because I didn't want the fly coming into my bedroom. All right? When I got up the next morning, the fly was gone. Just like that, I didn't know how the fly got in, don't know how I got out, but the fly was gone. But even more so, I began to experience something because my perception, as your perceptions change, your world will begin to change. As you begin to stop seeing yourself as this separate individual and understand that you are so much more than that, your world will begin to shift and change. Your world will shift and change in accordance to you and how you see it. You are a divine being. And that is what you can do. So there's so many possibilities for abundance for you in that second program, the oneness program. So many possibilities. 10-fold, 100-fold as far as your abundance, or the abundance that you will experience. That you will experience. As you begin to see yourself as so much more than that frail, small, and whatever it is that you think when you look in the mirror that you think that you are. No, you are so much more than that. So, I got an affirmation for everybody. Everybody repeat after me. I forgive any thoughts of separation in my consciousness.
I forgive any thoughts of separation in my consciousness.
Next statement. I deny the power of these thoughts.
I deny the power of these thoughts.
To have any hold,
control,
sway, or influence in my mind and in my life whatsoever. And the third one. For I affirm oneness, peace, love, and harmony as the thought energies expressing in my life. Brothers and sisters, you're going to be that light that your Father and Mother God intended for you to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stephen. My questions are our message. Now is the time for tithes and offerings. Let us bless our offering. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, it is so now. Today's announcements. Electronic giving is at the front desk of the lobby. Just scan the QR code. Copies of today's service are available on CD at the front desk. And you can find us on YouTube and Facebook. Next Sunday, August 25th, guest speaker and Unity Minister, Reverend Jean-Marie Eck, will be delivering the Sunday message. See the newsletter for details. Next month, on Saturday, September 21st, we will be hosting a Tom Sawyer paint party, where we'll be painting portions of our fence. There's also more details in the newsletter. By the way, is everyone signed up for the newsletter? You should be. There's so many things going on. If not, please see the front desk, and they will hand you a card to fill out. There's also a QR code that you can scan and fill out on your own time. Are there any new visitors today? Would you give us your name and tell us how you came to Unity?
Sure. My name is Sierra Scott. I just moved here a week ago and found y'all on Meetup as a space of spiritual connection.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can also fill out a welcome new member or new visitor card at the front desk as well. Prayer chaplains are available after service. Our chaplains participate with you in prayer and in total confidentiality. They will be at the front altar, and we ask that you honor this sacred space and take any conversations after church, either to the lobby or the family room. Holly has brought some fresh herbs, oregano, tarragon, I think maybe even some rosemary, and they're for the taking as you go out the front door. My name is Terry Dashadu, and I've been a member of Unity here for 23 years. And last year, Reverend Stephen gave a truth lesson that spoke to me. And basically what he was saying is get out of yourself, try something new, get out of your comfort zone. And as a result, I'm now a podium speaker. And also a member of the board of directors here. And now for our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, our God protects us, the presence of God watches over us, wherever we are, God